Young Justice issue 14 sees Young Justice, the Wonder Twins, Dial H for Hero, and Naomi race to stop Star Labs and find Superboy as in North Gotham, Sideways battles Trickster. As he stops the villain from taking a security truck filled with money, Impulse arrives, saying that he needs Derek's help. Sideways is a big Impulse fan and wonders if they are about to team up, but Bart tells him it's a bit more than that since they need his dimensional teleportation powers. Derek asks if this is for Young Justice, and upon learning that it is, he asks Impulse where they are headed. In Bloodhaven, Spoiler battles a group of thugs while she looks for Clue Master. Sideways and Impulse arrive through a dimensional portal, surprising Stephanie, who asks where Robin is. Bart tells her that Tim sent him since this is about Connor and they need to get her to help. Grabbing Sideways' hands, the heroes introduce themselves to one another as they head through a portal to Amnesty Bay, where Aqualad helps a sinking boat, rescuing the sailors and their boat by dragging them up onto the land. Jackson recognizes Impulse from the internet as the speedster tells him they need his help for a big mission. Jackson is reluctant to get into a portal with random strangers, but Bart tells him that there is the Justice League level emergency and they need him. Joining the others, Jackson dives into the portal and the heroes travel to a restaurant where they meet with Arrowette, who tells Bart that she is done being in Young Justice. He tells her this is for Superboy and it causes her to drop everything she's doing, telling them that she needs to grab her gear. The others ask if Connor is going to be okay, but Bart reassures them that Superboy is just fine. On Skataris, Warlord battles the evil Green Malanishi, who thanks to his kryptonite sword is able to keep Superboy at bay. Connor points out the sword isn't magical but kryptonite as Warlord is set upon by the Lizardmen, leaving Green Malanishi to confront Connor, activating a hologram of Dr. Glory, who is pleased that the villain has found her Connor. Glory says that the boy ruined her life's work, all because of his superhero temper tantrum. She did however learn that he isn't actually Superman and he's only some clone that an idiot made in a lab when they wanted to find out what happens when you mix Superman with something else. Thanks to learning this, she did learn that being half Kryptonian means that Connor is susceptible to kryptonite and magic, which is why she decided to drop him in the one place that she could guarantee both those things would be. She tells Superboy to go to hell as the kryptonite causes him to pass out. In New Mexico, Young Justice and all of their friends gather near the secret Star Labs facility in the desert, soon met by Impulse and his team. Suddenly, the team is set upon by huge monsters that fall from portals above them. Naomi tries to reason with one of the mindless monsters, telling Sideways that this is her first week as a hero and she's still learning. The Wonder Twins activate their powers and Zan turns into his water form so Aqualad can utilize his powers. Arrowette asks where these monsters are coming from and Tim knows that it's from the dimensional portal device inside Star Labs, the same device that took Connor. The others wonder where Impulse has gone to and Bart has entered the Speed Force, using his incredible speed to enter the lab with Wonder Girl and Sideways, looking around and finding the command center and gaining access to the lab's computer systems, finding files on Connor and the multiverse. Miguel and Summer meanwhile dial H, turning into Super Miguel and Lolo Kikyu as Impulse and the others arrive back, told by Tim to go and get Connor. Cassie wants to stay and fight, but Tim tells her that Connor will need her strength since wherever he is, he's overwhelmed. With Connor's location from the computers in hand, Impulse, Sideways, and Wonder Girl take off, leaving the rest of the team to deal with the monsters. Warlord meanwhile continues to protect Superboy from Green Malanishi, who says that Warlord is a demon who must be cast out. He smashes Warlord away and moves in to deliver the killing blow to Superboy, but luckily Impulse, Sideways, and Wonder Girl arrive. Cassie attacks the villain as Impulse tends to Connor and Sideways gets rid of the kryptonite weapon. Warlord deals with the Lizardmen, teaming with Cassie to take them and the villain down. Soon the portal is ready for the heroes and they disappear through it, leaving Warlord to realize that his part of the story is now over. Travis ponders if Connor will be okay, wondering if he remembered to tell the boy that if he surrounds himself with his friends he'll be fine. But he knows either way Superboy will be fine, but he is disappointed he never got to ask the boy how the shield ended. Dr. Glory meanwhile realizes her monsters aren't working, planning on escaping the base with all her data, but soon she finds herself surrounded by Young Justice. She desperately tries to see if she can make a deal with them, saying that she can tell them all why they don't remember each other and what really happened to Young Justice. Young Justice issue 14 paid off on the promise of a huge team up and saw the heroes rescue Superboy finally. I really enjoyed the team up battle this issue since lots of the characters were working well with one another and had their powers powers complement each other really well, like Zan and Aqualad teaming up, so Aqualad has access to water in a desert. That's really smart writing on Bendis and Walker's part. There was some really creative paneling here as well, thanks to John Timms' part in the art, especially Impulse's page where he's in the Speed Force sneaking into the Star Labs base. Speaking of Star Labs, the story with them has been moving at a really great pace, and next issue looks to lay out why the team aren't familiar with one another, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.